Was it just confusing for you? Like, you just couldn't believe it happened?
Yeah,
like,
I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't believe.
Though I really feel like y'all playing with me because I really been saying fuck this shit. We can't go to the next question.
What's up, gang? We're back with another wild breakdown. And today, we're diving deep into some heated Memphis street drama that's got everyone talking. Tension? Off the charts. Things are messy and it's about to get real. Here's the deal. Rapper Pooh Shiesty just stirred the pot again, reigniting what many thought was a squashed beef between his longtime partner Big 30 and Moneybagg Yo. On his new track, Shiesty dropped a line that set the city buzzing. I heard street dudes getting tummy tucks. Told you these rappers lame. If you know Memphis, you already know exactly who he's throwing shade at. This line didn't just ruffle feathers, it flipped the whole table. Let's rewind so you can see how we got here. When Big 30 first linked with Moneybagg Yo, it looked solid, full love, full loyalty. But somewhere along the way, that brotherhood cracked and turned into straight-up tension.
He really got liposuction to lose weight.
On some G shit though, I really feel like y'all playing with me because I really been saying fuck this shit. We can't go to the next question.
All right, we can move on. I just like, you had some funny bars in the whole thing that I just kind
I ain't on that,
of
bro.
wonder
You
if it was
tryna
serious or
spark
not.
Shit back up.
Nah,
I ain't on that.
nah, we the money.
Now, with Pooh Shiesty jumping back in, it's like someone just lit a fuse waiting to blow. And trust me, this isn't just music drama anymore. What started as rap competition has turned personal, hiding behind catchy beats and tough lyrics. To get the full picture, we've got to go back. Big 30, real name Rodney Wright, was just a kid from South Memphis trying to find his way out. Repping the KSBG crew on the South Side, he stood out early. Bold, trouble at school, bouncing around before finally landing in an alternative program. But the streets, they kept calling. That's when he linked up with his childhood homie Pooh Shiesty, and with their boys Lil Hank and Choa, they formed the now infamous Choa Gang. From there, everything escalated fast. The music, the fame, and the drama that came with it. These weren't your average teens. These guys were making serious noise across South Memphis. People were talking. Big 30's crew was running things in the area. His name itself came from what he called his favorite piece, and he quickly earned a reputation as one of the toughest names in the city.
it was a personal reason why you took a break.
I was going through something. I had to get my mind right. I had lost a close friend, really.
Yeah. How much did that, like, I mean, obviously it weighed on you a lot. That's why you took the break from music. But was it just confusing for you? Like, you just couldn't believe it happened?
Yeah, I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't.
But here's where things get really interesting, because family ties started shaping everything. Big Noi was already making major moves around Memphis. He wasn't just known in the neighborhood, his reach stretched across the city. And here's the kicker. Big Noi became the bridge between Big 30 and Moneybagg Yo's world, back when Moneybagg was still building up his Bread Gang brand. At that time, Moneybagg wasn't chasing flashy industry types or fake personas. He wanted people with real stories, raw experiences, and energy that hit hard in his music. Through Big Noi, he met Big 30, and the chemistry? Instant. Moneybagg recognized he'd found someone different, not just another rapper chasing fame, but a genuine artist who had lived what he rapped about. Big 30 had the perfect mix of street reputation and lyrical skill for what Moneybagg wanted for his label. Having both Big 30 and Noi close brought serious respect and clout to Moneybagg's circle, a big deal if you're navigating Memphis's intense music and street scene. It was a win-win. Big 30 got the platform, resources, and recognition to level up his career, while Moneybagg gained two solid, respected names who could hold it down in any situation. For a while, it looked perfect. When Big 30 officially signed under Bread Gang through CMG, the vibe was nothing but love. Moneybagg didn't treat him like just another artist, he treated him like family. They dropped hits together, performed side by side, and helped shape the sound of Memphis hip-hop in a major way. Big 30 stayed grinding, releasing track after track that racked up millions of views, while proudly repping Bread Gang. Meanwhile, his connection with Pooh Shiesty was paying off big, too. Pooh was building his own empire under Gucci Mane's 1017 label. Together, they showed how two Memphis artists could dominate the industry from both sides. Choa Gang's name started buzzing hard. Everyone was talking about Big 30 and Pooh Shiesty taking Memphis to a whole new level. During this golden run, Big 30 featured on some of Moneybag's biggest records, and Moneybagg made sure to spotlight Big 30's solo work too. Their studio chemistry was unmatched. Every track hit with real emotion and authenticity because their bond went deeper than music. But everything shifted on January 28, 2022, when Big Noi tragically lost his life in the Whitehaven neighborhood of Memphis. This wasn't random. Whispers around the city tied it to deeper street drama that would soon shake the entire Bread Gang circle. According to Big 30, Noi had been handling behind-the-scenes matters for Moneybagg Yo, things Moneybagg couldn't handle personally. The night started normal. Moneybagg had just been at Big 30's show at a local high school, showing love like true family. But only a few hours later, tragedy struck. Big Noi was found dead in the same area he grew up in. The news hit hard, especially for Big 30, who was crushed, not just by the loss, but by what came next. What really hurt him, according to his own words, was how Moneybagg reacted, or more accurately, didn't react.
Big 30 said Moneybagg posted a few broken heart emojis online to show his sadness about Noi's passing, but when it came time for the funeral, he didn't show up. For Big 30, that felt like a major disrespect. If someone's family, you show up when it counts. That silence spoke louder than words and made him question where Moneybagg's loyalty really stood. After Noi's passing, things between Big 30 and Moneybagg started unraveling fast. What had once been a strong bond cracked under distrust and frustration. Big 30 felt like Moneybagg had kept him and Noi close for protection, not genuine brotherhood. When it came time to prove loyalty, he felt Moneybagg disappeared. It wasn't just emotional, the business side was falling apart too. Big 30 felt Bread Gang wasn't giving him the push he deserved. Numbers didn't add up, support wasn't matching his grind. Sources say he started exploring other opportunities, seeing if another label could give him a better path forward. Moneybagg had his own side. He claimed Big 30 was trying to move behind him, negotiating with other labels without going through him first. From his view, that looked like betrayal. Tensions were brewing because both sides had their own truths, and neither would back down. Moneybagg felt Big 30 crossed the line, while Big 30 believed he was being held back and denied what he earned. It was only a matter of time before that tension exploded, and it did. Big 30 dropped a track titled How Could You? This wasn't your typical diss record. It was raw, emotional, and direct. He called out Moneybagg for skipping Noi's funeral, for using them for protection, and for not being the tough guy he claimed to be. Big 30 said Moneybagg only signed him and Noi because he needed backup, not because he truly believed in their talent. Moneybagg Yo didn't let that slide. He fired back with a response track called Airball, and let's just say he didn't hold back either. In Airball, Moneybagg Yo clapped back hard, calling Big 30 a snake. He accused him of trying to move moves behind his back, cutting deals without anyone knowing. Moneybagg said everything Big 30 had been saying was blown way out of proportion, and that he had done more for Big 30's career than anyone realized. Moneybagg made it clear he felt betrayed by someone he once called family. He also shared his side of the Big Noi situation. According to him, he was hurt by Noi's death too, but believed Big 30 and his crew had jumped into conflicts that weren't theirs, all for attention and street clout instead of building real success. But the most shocking moment? Moneybagg demanded that Big 30 return his Bread Gang chain, claiming Big 30 wasn't representing the brand the right way anymore and didn't deserve to wear it. That line alone sent the internet into chaos. Fans couldn't believe it. Big 30 wasn't staying quiet. He hit social media, dropping screenshots and posts, revealing what he called the real details of their relationship. He painted Moneybagg as someone who wasn't truly living the life he rapped about, someone whose image was built with help from others behind the scenes. Big 30 doubled down, saying Moneybagg had signed rappers from his neighborhood to look more connected and protected. According to Big 30, the tough guy image was all for show. Behind closed doors, the story was completely different. He also made it clear he'd been stacking money since he was 18 and never needed financial help from Moneybagg. His success wasn't riding anyone else's wave. Things escalated when Big 30 called out what he believed was fake emotion over Noi's death. Moneybagg had posted broken heart emojis online, but didn't even show up to the funeral. Big 30 fired back. "We brought life to that, made the city respect you. My homie gone over that weak stuff, and you ain't even come to his service." That line cut deep and spread fast, dividing fans instantly. But the part that really blew up, Big 30's wild claims about Moneybagg allegedly getting cosmetic work done. In rap, where street cred and image matter more than anything, that's a serious jab. In his track, Big 30 rapped, "I'm calling it how I see it. Name a time you seen me without a Glock or a DRC. I work out and go lose weight. Ain't no way in the world I'm paying a doctor to redo my face." He was directly targeting rumors that Moneybagg had gone under the knife, lipo, facial touch-ups, the works. Big 30 was basically calling Moneybagg a pretty boy, suggesting he cared more about looks than real-life street reputation. Fans couldn't believe it, and the internet exploded with jokes and wild takes. Moneybagg didn't stay silent. He fired back in his own record, saying, "I'm calling it how I see it. What makes you think I'd play with my skin surgery? Man, out-of-shape people don't even know nothing about the gym." He tried to flip the narrative, making it clear he wasn't pressed about the rumors, and even threw shade at everyone spreading them. While all this chaos was going down between Big 30 and Moneybagg Yo, Pooh Shiesty was sitting in federal custody, dealing with his own serious legal battles. He'd been arrested in connection with a Florida case involving a shooting and robbery, and the charges were heavy. Even locked up, his loyalty to Big 30 never wavered. These two weren't just label mates, they were childhood brothers, founding members of Choa Gang, building everything from the ground up together. Their bond went way deeper than music, and everyone in Memphis knew it. So when the tension flared between Big 30 and Moneybagg Yo, nobody doubted where Shiesty's heart was. He was riding for his day one, no questions asked. It got even trickier because Pooh Shiesty had actually worked with Moneybagg Yo before all the drama. They dropped a few solid collaborations and shared respect in the studio. But once things between Big 30 and Moneybagg Yo started boiling, business ties didn't matter. Loyalty came first. From behind bars, Shiesty stayed locked in, keeping tabs on everything happening in Memphis and making sure Big 30 knew he had full support. Even though he couldn't physically step into the mix, his presence was felt citywide. People in Memphis knew one thing: when Pooh Shiesty got out, he was standing 100% beside Big 30. That alone kept everyone on edge, wondering how the streets and the music scene would react once he was back. After months of back-and-forth tracks, subliminal shots, and messy social media drama, it finally seemed like the storm might be cooling. Both Big 30 and Moneybagg slowed down on dropping new songs, and the online tension started fading. Fans whispered that maybe, just maybe, things had been handled quietly behind closed doors. Word on the street was that a few respected OGs had stepped in, trying to cool things off between Big 30 and Moneybagg. The goal? Keep the focus on music instead of letting the drama destroy what they had worked so hard to build. It made sense. Both rappers had massive fan bases, momentum, and real potential to level up their careers. For a little while, it looked like peace was holding. Big 30 kept releasing music and growing his name, while Moneybagg expanded his label and business moves. The Memphis hip-hop scene started breathing again. People were finally talking music instead of beef. But anyone who knew the backstory understood this peace was fragile, more like a temporary pause than a real truce. Too many shots had been fired, too many feelings had been hurt, and the trust that once held them together, gone. The feud wasn't dead, it was just sleeping. Then came the moment that shook everything again. Pooh Shiesty's release from federal prison. The entire city was watching, waiting to see how his return would shift the balance. Shy wasn't just another rapper. He was one of Memphis's most talented and influential voices, and everyone knew his comeback would send shockwaves through the scene. As soon as he got out, Shy jumped straight back into the booth. His first track after Freedom was FDO, First Day Out, meant to celebrate his return and remind everyone he was still a force. But instead of keeping it clean, Shy stirred the pot. The line that made the city stop and rewind. I heard street dudes getting tummy tucks. Told you these rappers lame. Anyone following the long-running tension between Big 30 and Moneybagg instantly knew who it was aimed at. This wasn't subtle, it was a direct jab, referencing the same plastic surgery rumors that Big 30 had brought up before. That one line reignited all the old tension that had been quietly simmering. Shy made it crystal clear he hadn't forgotten anything, and any piece Big 30 and Moneybagg might have patched up didn't apply to him. He still stood with his people and wasn't letting the past slide just because time had passed. Why was this line so significant? First, it proved that Choa Gang wasn't over the situation. Even if Big 30 and Moneybagg had stopped publicly clashing, feelings behind the scenes were still raw. The verse confirmed what insiders already suspected. The truce was more about appearances than real closure.
Second, Pooh Shiesty's return changed the power dynamics. Big 30 had already built his name, but Shy brought national buzz, a deal under Gucci Mane's 101.7 label, and a reputation that carried serious weight in and outside Memphis. With him back in the mix, the energy around the beef instantly intensified. Third, the timing made it explosive. Shy could have focused on rebuilding his career, stacking money, and leaving drama behind. Instead, he stepped right back into the storm, fueling a situation most thought was over. That move said a lot. It showed that the bad blood between Choa Gang and Bread Gang ran deeper than the public ever knew. Now, with Pooh Shiesty back and clearly not trying to keep peace, and Moneybagg Yo's reputation being tested in front of the city, tension is at an all-time high. Everyone can feel something major is about to go down. In Memphis, beef like this doesn't just vanish. It either gets settled in music or leaves scars that never fade. This story is far from finished. What happens next could define the future of two of the city's biggest movements. One wrong move, one wrong word, and everything changes for real. If you're locked in on this story, hit that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe so you don't miss the next chapter. Because when the smoke clears, one thing's certain: Memphis hip-hop will never be the same.